Welcome back, everybody. It is the end of December. It is actually December 31st, so happy New Year's Eve. And we are going to work on a little bit of cleanup in the greenhouse right now. It's like 38 degrees out here Fahrenheit, so yeah, I'm bundled up a little bit, but there is no sun, so I don't think it's going to be super warm in the greenhouse. But this is something that needs to be done. At the end of the season, we had so much going on that I just sort of walked away from the greenhouse. And there were cherry tomato plants that were volunteers that were growing in the center. And so I know those are a mess in there. I do still have some beets in that bed that also still need to be pulled up so I can get those pickled. Those are my treat. That's what I do. And it's getting down into the single digits coming up this weekend. It's going to be, I think the overnight lows are going to start getting down to like 4 and 2. So now's the time to get those out of the bed. Normally this process wouldn't be so bad. It would just be cleaning out the bed and then also tidying up the shelves a little bit. But I discovered the other day that the raccoons have been having parties in the greenhouse apparently, and have literally been throwing things off the shelves and all over the place. I'm imagining that scene from the original Gremlins movie where they're all partying and just making a complete disaster of the space that they're in. That is what these raccoons have been doing. So I have my work cut out for me. I don't think this is going to all happen today. It's kind of miserable out. I really don't feel like being out here. But like I said, it's something that needs to be done. So if I can spend at least an hour, maybe 2 in here, at least some of it will get done, and then we'll just finish it later on. But I felt like I needed to get something done going into this really, really cold spell that we're going to have. They're saying it could last for 10 or even 20 days. And there is no way I'm going to feel like being out here at that point. So if I can get a little bit of this done today, then that will move us forward. So let's see what's going on in here. If you enjoy these videos, please hit the like button so I know I should keep creating them, and subscribe so you never miss a new one. Right. Oh, hi. Oh, multiple cats. Okay, so it's not... Bye, guys. So you can see this is an absolute disaster. That's not so bad. I mean, I don't mind the shelves. This is all the tomato plants that had grown up out of this bed, all up either side, and just went crazy. And so now, of course, it's been, well below freezing in here, so those have all died back. And you can see I do still have beets in here that need to be pulled, and I will be pulling that. Now, let me show you the problem. Obviously, those were 2 like stray cats that kind of hang out down here. Obviously, it's been warmer in here, so they've been coming in. And that's fine. I don't mind that. I need to close that side wall. I didn't realize that was still open. With it being this cold here soon enough, it's going to be a good place for them to hang out. But look at this disaster. Look at this disaster. This is the raccoons just throwing things like off the shelves and onto the floor. None of this was like this. These were all up on the shelves neatly, and I'm beside myself right now. So obviously there is a lot of work to get done in here right now, and we're gonna start with just the vegetation cleanup and see how far we can get with that. I'm gonna pull those beets out, and yeah, then we'll eventually have to reorganize all of the supplies and get things put away. But like, they have just been just throwing stuff around. Ugh. I love wildlife, but I would rather it stay out of my space. So anyway, we're going to get going on this. Okay, so that's one side done. That entire pile of greenery or dead vegetation is going to end up going into the compost pile. Let me explain a little bit about what's going on here. So this stuff that you see hanging here was actually our attempt at the beginning of the season last year to make it to where we weren't having to heat the entire greenhouse on the really, really cold nights when we had to protect the sensitive vegetation. So you can see I've got a planting bed in the center here. During most of the season, these shelves come out, and so that can get the whole full sun. And then if I'm starting fall plants, then I'll go ahead and put the shelves back in there. But in the spring, the early spring, we will move a lot of the plants from the exterior shelves of the greenhouse into that center, and then use this draping to be able to trap the heat in. So this was all greenhouse plastic that would come down and form a tent over this area. We have this diesel heater here, and it blows the hot air under there. And you can also see I've got this pipe here that leads out to the wood burning furnace that is behind the greenhouse. So that pumps the hot air in up here, and then we use the little heater down here as a second heat source for when it gets down into like the negatives, or at least the single digits in the early spring, to help protect those plants. And we don't have to heat the entire greenhouse by doing that. So that worked really well for keeping that heat in the center here without us having to run the heat full time or try to heat this entire space, which made it much more efficient. But this was just not really greenhouse plastic. This was like painter's plastic, so you can see it is all completely deteriorated. This wasn't intended to be a permanent solution. It was intended to be very temporary, and it worked so well that we left it. So now we have plans this year to be able to put a more permanent system in place to be able to drop greenhouse plastic down in the center, and then also still have the ability to be able to open and close the shade cloth when we need to in the middle of the summer. So anyway, this whole side done, more compost here, and then now we're going to work on the other side. Okay, so that's not a bad first step. We got all the dead vegetation out of there and pulled out everything. Look at the beets that I got. Some of these are really, really nice. So this will make a nice few jars of pickled beets for me, which I am excited about. I don't have time during the busy growing season to be doing much in the way of canning, so I usually do my beets in the fall. This isn't as many as I would normally do, but it's enough to get me by, at least temporarily. This bed in here, we're going to have to do some work in. Underneath here is basically solid clay. So this soil has just been sort of created, and it's been in place for a few years. It's been amended a little bit, but not a ton. And you can see that the soil level has begun to drop quite a bit. I'm also concerned that this has been so dry for so long that it's going to be very hydrophobic, meaning it's not going to soak up any moisture when I start to plant things in here in the spring. So this is going to need some serious amendment. I will more than likely go ahead and put a bunch of compost into here, and then I will help inoculate that compost a little bit with some of the outside soil. So I'll mix some of that in here and get this ready to go, but that's going to have to happen fairly soon because it's going to need to sit for at least 6 weeks or so to kind of get active and really get a chance to start doing something. And also, I'm pretty sure that's raccoon poop there. So yeah, the raccoons have definitely been in here playing. Jeez. So the next step is to get all of this out of the greenhouse and into the compost pile and let it start to do its thing. And yes, you can compost over the winter time. It's not super active compost, but it is compost. It will continue to break down. And so we're going to add this stuff to the compost pile. And I think that's going to be it for today. There's a lot of stuff to do in here in terms of just general kind of minutia in terms of cleanup. I need to get all of these containers emptied. What's in them needs to go into the compost piles. All the containers need to be cleaned and reorganized and ready to start planting again here soon. It is the end of December, and believe it or not, it is time to start seed starting here fairly quickly. My onion seeds will more than likely get started next week. And then we'll slowly sort of start to tick through all those things so I can start transplanting in late February, early March. The first thing will be in this bed, and we'll end up with some of our early spring lettuces will go into this bed. So it's time to rock and roll. I can no longer rest on my laurels. It was a nice little break for about 6 weeks or so of not really doing much focused work in the gardens and on the farm. I've been doing a lot of admin work. I've been doing a lot of thought towards content creation. I'm working on a book. There's a whole bunch of things that are going on, and so it was nice to kind of have that break from the farm and garden work, but now it's time to get back at it. So happy New Year's Eve. And Happy New Year to you if you're finally watching this after the new year. And I hope this is the best gardening year for you. Stick with me. Keep coming back. I will do another kind of cleanup video when we get back in here and continue with the rest of this mess. We also have some raised beds that need some cleanup. So all kinds of stuff that's going to start happening around here. So until next time, take care.